Hello everyone, this is Dr. Achal and I welcome you again in our subject module titled as Services Marketing and its Strategies. Now, in our previous discourse, we have dealt with different kind of sectors that are trying to deliver you out the services which are in pure form, like hospitality sector. We have said we have also discussed the financial products, the products that is being delivered by the insurance industry. Furthermore, we have dealt within a topic of the customer relationship management, and that is an important strategy. That is an important it is an important strategy to build up a good credible relationship with your customers. Not only with your new customers, you are trying to attract out with your new customers, but this is in a way wherein you are trying to build up a long term relationship with your present customers, and their retention is more being important enough in this particular technique. Now, in today's discussion, we will be moving out with another topic that is all being related in especially the marketing strategies which the different service organization has to look into for, and these marketing strategies, especially with regard to the different divergent group of the group of service providers that we have witnessed in our previous discourse, how they can be pursuing out within a good kind of procedural plans, what are the important strategies that can be seen for them or that can be expected from them in terms of crafting out the 7 P's or the new tools and the techniques that can be deployed on their part to attract and to retain out the customers. That is all about we will be doing in today's discussion. So, moving on with the slide. Now, this is in a first slide that's all being related with leveraging out the social media, and here the marketing strategies of meeting out the new needs and expectations of the changing customers, how to be in touch with the changing aspirations and the preferences of the customers. This is one of the techniques to fruitfully utilize out the social media content to have a greater benefit and the leverage that can be seen in terms of the deployment of the social media techniques. And this is being said that engaging with your audience, responding to the comments, messages and questions promptly. If you have make out your presence through the social content or through the social media, you are trying to post out your contents, blogs and webinars, and the messages are being floated with the help of the social medias. The posts are being created by you, trying to make your presence felt with amongst the customers, among the competitors, amongst the stakeholders. So, this is a very important thing to be taken care of by the service organization. That is, you have to get engaged with the audience, you have to get connected with the audience very frequently, very promptly, and sometimes you can say that we can be able to get an adequate accessibility should be there, that engagement should be of continuous nature. Many times it will be of 24/7 in case of the pure services. So, responding out to the comments, messages, questions promptly, need of the hour. Similarly, we are seeing that use of the relevant hashtags, increasing out your reach and connecting with the like-minded individuals. We are surviving this competitive scenario. We have to have a pool of people, a pool of customers, a pool of stakeholders who are in the same consonance or who are being talked of in alignment with our with our procedural plans, who are in resonance with our functionality, and who are basically being treated as like-minded people. So, using out the relevant hashtags, how to get connected with them, how to have a greater pool of these people who are being talked of as like-minded people, is also an important way. And then we are seeing that live streaming, that is share behind the scenes footage and the host of the question and answer sessions. Through the live streaming videos or through floating or through trying to get connected with the audience in the form of the live streaming. This is also one of the technique in which we are trying to leverage or we are trying to reap out the benefits and trying to get engaged with your clients, either not in direct touch or not in person with the customers, but through the virtual mode we are trying to get connected with the customers. So, sharing out behind the screens, trying to have a greater engagement with them by prompting out their questions and by redressing out their questions in a more prompt way. So, this promptness is to be seen on the terms of the on the part of the marketers. The next one is the content marketing. Earlier we were seeing about the leverage leveraging the social media. In the next slide, we are seeing of the, or we are emphasizing on the content marketing. That is also one of the important novel strategy, marketing strategy that can be pursued by the service organization, because here in case of the services, it is more being pronounced and it is more being required as we are dealing out with the abstractness and the intangibility factor. The content marketing, what are the important components of the content marketing? Here we are emphasizing on the blogs, that is the flotation of the blogs regularly, sharing informative articles, tips and the updating about your cause. The blogs can be, it may be used as an important and effective tool to inform out the customers, to get connected with the customers very frequently. Regularly you are posting out the message in the form of the blogs. You are trying to share out the informative articles, the content creation is being done on your part. You are giving them some valuable tips to be reminded and to be taken care of by the customers, and that tips and the information will be helping them out to create a learning mechanism, and that learning mechanism will be reinforcing them out to move in for the specific purchase process. The next is creating valuable content, like offering out the resources like ebooks, webinars and white papers. In case of the academia, we are seeing out these kind of things, that is flotation of the messages in the form of the organization of the seminars, webinars or conferences. The main objective of undergoing in for this process is not only to float out the effective, to target out the audience only, but apart from the target audience, we are also trying to float out the information and the messages apart from across the country. Any kind of people can join, the masses can join, and they can be getting benefited with these kind of aspects that are very much being literary in nature. So, valuable content can be posted regularly. The next one is optimizing of the search engine optimization, or optimize out the use of the SEOs, that is improving out the website's visibility in terms of the search engine results. How the customers are moving in for the exploration process, what are the sites they are visiting, how much time they are devoting out towards the visit of a particular site, what are the contents they are going in for the exploration. All these things can be targeted, it can be just monitored, and depending upon their requirements and the discretion, you may be able to create out the contents, you may be able to create out your offerings, giving them a personalized approach, at the same point of time giving them a prompt service and creating a unique advantage for you. The next one is an email marketing. It's also one of the important growing and a rising technique to be seen in terms of the creative marketing strategies for the service organization, and we have been concerned with building up a subscriber list, that is offering incentives like exclusive content or discounts, segmenting out your audience, that is tailoring your emails to the specific interest or the demographics, track out the engagement, that is measuring the open rate clicks through rates and unsubscribes. That is, email marketing is all being associated with building up a subscribers list, that is who are the people who are subscribed to your content, or who are the people who are the real subscribers. They are the frequent, they are the subscribers, and they are very much being frequently using out your content. They are trying to get in connected with your content, with your information. So, exclusive content can be created for them, and the discount factor can be floated. Similarly, the segmentation of the audience can be done, and according to the segmentation, you may be tailoring out your strategies to meet up their expectations, to give them a personalized approach, is meeting best suited with their specific interests and the wants. Next one is track engagement, that is measuring up the open rate clicks, how the customers are, how much time they are devoting out to a specific site, the duration of the periodicity of moving in for the exploration process, the time duration, the frequency of the visit. All these things can be tracked, as we have already said that in the case of the SEOs we are tracking it out. So, track engagement can also be done, and that will be proving as an effective method towards evolving out in a good and a personalized approach in case of the services organization. The next one is in a public relations, that is the media outreach. Pitch your stories to relevant journalists and publications. It's an important part. The media are playing an important part towards enhancing and building a good credible image for your organization. Not only in case of the business organizations which are dealing out within a production of the manufacturing of the physical commodities, but is equally being relevant and imperative enough to know out the importance of the public medias, having a good relations with the medias, to build up a good, a sound and a robust image of yourself. So the media, the people who are belonging to the these class, that is journalist and the publication department, to be taken care of on a stronger level, trying to get in connected with them, trying to give them certain bites, so trying to float the stories that are informative enough, that are relevant enough and pragmatic enough in the challenging scenario, so as to turn yourself as a very relevant one, a very having a content that is very pragmatic and a very practical one. The next is press release, that is announcing important dates, the news and the events. The press release, with the help of the press medias, you may be taking care of them to float out the information regarding the important dates, the schedules, the calendars, the important events that can be planned, and that you as a marketer, that you are planning of, and you want to try to attract out the attention of the customers, try to attract out the attention of these different stakeholders. So they may be contacted enough to provide proper disposition of the information to not only to the target audience, but apart from the target audience, to the stakeholders, so that the information can be floated to them. Even if the event has happened, after the happening of the event, the newsletters, the handouts can be posted out to them and then can be circulated. Similarly, the media training, that is preparing your staff for interviews and media appearances. We know that in case of the services organization, the 3 more P's, that is apart from the 4 traditional P, that is apart from the 4 traditional P, that is product, price, place and promotion, the 3 augmented P's in case of the services organization are people, process and physical evidence, and it is the people in your establishment who are playing on a very profound role, who have a very important role to play, because they are in direct touch with the customers, how they are dealing out with the customers, they are representing out your organization. And as we have said, and as we have discussed in the earlier discourse, that because of these kind of behavioral patterns, because of their psychological elements, because of their etiquettes, cutsy, their responsiveness, their resilience, the empathy, the quality of your offering, the quality of the offering which the organization is dealing with, they are being judged because of these kind of appearances, because of these kind of abstract element which the people are dealing out with. And apart from the psychological variables, their appearance, how they are looking out, how they are dressed up, the cutsy, they are also playing an important role towards evaluating the quality of the effectiveness of the services. So we are seeing that here we are training out our staff who are in direct touch, who are acting as the frontline executive, not only towards crafting out a good proposition to the target audience, but apart from that, here we are seeing that how to deal out with the medias, how to get connected with the stakeholders who are acting in the form of the medias. So training needs to be done, training needs to be there, the orientation factor should be there in their working mechanism to handle properly, to handle sensitively, to handle responsively with these media personals, so that the own goodwill and the reputation of your organization can be enhanced. Next, we are seeing that the community partnership, and this is all being said as in a collaboration with the other NPOs, pooling up the resources, expanding your reach, as we have talked of in our previous discussion, that is non-profit organization, they are trying to get in touch, they are trying to get connected in the form of the alliance, in the form of the partnership with the business organization, with the business houses, for the purpose of expanding out their limited availability of the resources. Now this collaboration is the need of the hour. This collaboration is an important feature to be seen in this competitive scenario, and here also in the terms of the community partnership, we are emphasizing on the fact that collaboration with other non-profit organizations, it can be done for the pooling up, the expansion of our resources, and for the purpose of expanding out the reach of your audience. The next, we are seeing that either we may go in for the partner with the business, that is exploration of the corporate social responsibility or opportunities. The partnership association can be developed, and this association will be fruitful enough to meet out the obligations of the corporate social responsibility. In case of the bigger business houses, as we have said, the big tycoons, the conglomerates, the business houses who are acting on a big scale. So these conglomerates, they need to have the fulfillment of 2% of their profits towards earmarking to meet out the objective of corporate social responsibility. Similarly, the people, especially in case of the service organization, here also we can go in for adoption of the fulfillment of the role of corporate social responsibility. And here we have to we have to explore out that where are the opportunities which are there in existing in the environment. We have to encash them out to be talked of as a proactive entrepreneur, to be being talked of as a proactive social marketer, to be talked of as a proactive social social entrepreneur who are trying to who are working for the social cause. So, exploration of the corporate social responsibility opportunities. And the next one is engaging with the local communities, that is participating in events and festivals. We as an organization, we have to get connected with the local communities at certain point of time, and this is an important opportunity, this is an important criteria to be foreseen as a technique to get connected with the masses. So, engaging out within the local communities, apart from your audience, you have segmented out the heterogeneous market area. Apart from it, we have to outreach out to the masses, we have to make out a broader appeal to the masses. So, this is how we can be able to get in touch, that is participating or organizing certain kind of events and the festivals and trying to get in connected with a broader audience and the masses. The next one is event marketing, and it says that we can organize out the fundraising events like gala dinners, auctions and marathon events can be organized. Host educational events, that is workshops, seminars and conferences. Leveraging out the social media, that is promoting your events online, encourage the sharing aspect. So, event marketing, we can say that the event themselves, it is being talked about as one of the entity of the marketing, where goods, services, events, experiences, persons, places, properties, informations, ideas. So, as we have said that apart from the different entities that are occupying as in a scope of marketing, we can say that event is one of the important aspect and a component of the marketing decisional area. In case of the services, as we know that we are dealing out with an intangibility and the abstractness. So, trying to come up with this kind of unique creation, with this kind of unique phenomena and abstractness, we can even as a service organization, as a provider, we can be able enough to have a more retention, and we can be able enough to get more connected with the audience by organizing any kind of fundraising activities, by trying to organize any kind of webinars or the seminars. So, here for the purpose of organizing out the fundraising events, we can go in for the we can go in for the arrangement of the gala dinners, or the auctions can be arranged, or marathon events can also be organized for the purpose of raising out the funds. That is very much being important to undertake out the decisional areas. Even in case of the services organization, we do require certain amount of adequate funds to carry out our transactions. So, the fundraising event can be talked of as an event marketing that is being undergone or that is being undertaken by the service provider. Similarly, for the educational institutions may go in for the organizing of certain events in the form of the seminars, or in the form of the conferences. Workshops can also be organized, so as to provide information not only to the learners, not only to the academia people, but even then, as we have said that the technocrats, the people who are working as an executive in certain industries, they can be welcomed, they can be collaborated, and the industry academia partnership can also be seen, and they can be invited in these conferences or the events, so that they can share out their experiences, how they are using out the different pool of knowledge which they have acquired from the different sources in a real sense. So, these hosting of the educational events being taught out can also be talked of as an event marketing to disseminate out the flotation of the information to a larger audience, maybe from the academic field or maybe apart from the academic field, can be disseminated to the others for catering out to their requirements. Next, we are saying that leveraging of the social media, that is promoting your events online, encouraging sharing. Leveraging the social media, or you as a marketer working in any of the functional area, you can make your presence felt in this competitive scenario by getting in touch or by getting registered yourself in the social media, trying to make your presence being felt, trying to make your presence more pronounced with the help of these digital devices. So you can promote out the events, you can promote out your activities, the procedural plans, the flotation of the core offerings, the derivative aspects with the users or with the more users of the online media. That will not only help you out to make out your presence being felt 24 into hours, but it will also be being talked of as an opportunity towards collecting more information, towards getting associated with the sharing aspect, with the exploring aspect, with the aspect of creating something new. Now the next one is the donor retention. This is a novel strategy, the novel marketing strategy, especially being seen in case of the non-profit seeking organization. Earlier in our previous discussion, we have talked of that the non-profit seeking organization, they are pursuing out their objectives, they are pursuing out their strategies for the purpose of social cause and not for the profitable gains. So the donor retention strategy is also one of the important novel strategy, especially being relevant in case of the service organization, that is the non-profit seeking organization. And we are seeing that thanks donor regularly, that is expressing gratitude for their support. The donors who have contributed or who have made out their sacrifices in the form of certain contributions, they have donated out in the form of the monetary way or in the form of the non-monetary way. We as an organization, we have to have that particular kind of gratitude feeling. We have to have that particular kind of expressing our gratitude and the heartfelt thanks to them regularly, so that they may have a feel that yes, we are being recognized, our efforts and our efforts and endeavors, they are being recognized and they are being appreciated for a long lifetime. Now then providing updates, that is keeping donors informed about the impact of their contributions. This is also an important task and an important duty for the marketers or the organization to just be connected with these donors, with these contributors. You have to keep them updated regarding how you are making on effective decisions, how you are operating. So as a donor, you have to keep them informed regarding your happenings, regarding your procedural plans, regarding your implementation, the way you are executing, regarding your operational decisional area. All these things will be helping the donors to make an impactful decision regarding their contribution, regarding their sacrifices in the near future also. And then we are seeing that offering exclusive benefit, that is providing perks to the recurring donors. Now it may be seen that in case of the non-profit seeking organization, there are certain donors or the contributors who are regularly contributing and who are just trying to help you out in certain form of contributions, maybe monetary or non-monetary. Exclusively for them, we can be able to give them as in a sake of reward, as in a sake of appreciation, as in a sake of recognition, we can be offering them certain exclusive benefits. Certain perks can be given to these kind of recurring donors and the contributors. All this way, all these techniques will be coming to be defined in a more authentic way. It will be coming to be classified as in a more helping the customers, helping the consumers, or helping the providers, service providers to have a mutual ties in a good way. Now this is all the last topic, the last point, that is data driven marketing, also one of the important novel technique of the marketing, and this is all being associated with a track key matrices, that is measuring website traffic, social media engagement and donations. The same thing, that is earlier we have said that with the help of the digital devices we can measure out the track key matrices can be measured. Either we can be able to measure out the website traffic, what the number of traffic footfalls are there, the rush, the nature and the preferences, all these can be evaluated because of the engagement, the time duration that is being engaged by the customers, the time duration that is being engaged by the traffics. The social media engagement can be talked of as a tool for analyzing out or for the purpose of recording out the data key matrices. Similarly, the next that is analyzing out the data. After gathering out these information, we have to analyze as an organization. Definitely, we have to organize, we have to analyze, and after collection, we are trying to analyze these data for the purpose of improving our techniques, for the purpose of improving our functionality. So, where we are going, the identification of the trends, what is a trend that is being seen in the real picture, and whether we are following out that particular trend or not. So, by collecting out the data matrices in the next discourse, we will be able to analyze them out, and after the analysis, we will be able to get a clear picture that where we are moving. So, this analysis can be done on the part of the organization, that is where the trend is flowing and whether we are following that trend or not, or whether we are getting detracked. So, there is always a scope of improvement, then the areas of improvement will be chalked and we can be able enough to improve out our functionality. And the last is making out the data informed decisions, that is using insights to optimize your marketing efforts. All these efforts that we have created, all these efforts that we have done regarding collection of the pool of the information, analyzing out the data, trying to analyze and trying to measure out our strength and the weaknesses, where we are moving, what are the opportunities that can be encashed by us, what are the variables that can be proving as a threat for us. So, all these can be, the pest analysis can be done. We can be going for the certain statistical techniques like linear programming method, or operational research, or break-even analysis can also be done. The cash flow techniques can also be done. So, this is a concept, or all these techniques are fruitfully being utilized in case of the business analysis decision. Here we are referring to that we are trying to make our presence being felt with the help of the virtual mode. So, trying to gather out the information, getting in the analysis part, trying to make more informed decisions, they can be made by trying to have a filtered information which is more relevant, which is more fruitful for us. So, we can be using out these insights to optimize our marketing efforts in terms of crafting out the 7 P's very effectively. So, this was all about in today's discussion, that is the discussion of novel marketing strategies, and the different kind of novel marketing strategies in the form of content creation, or the email, or the public relations, the community event marketing, or trying to get connected with the donor retention, or data driven marketing. All these techniques we have discussed in today's discussion of the novel marketing strategies. So, I hope you have understood that it is in the need of the art to get connected with the audience, and how just to have on the adoption of these kind of novel techniques. So, till then, stay safe and stay blessed. Hope you have enjoyed the session. We will be moving on with the next concept in the next session. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you all for joining.